Hi everyone. For my assignment, I'm going to be showing you my game prototype and critique of my virtual reality scrapbook of Williamsburg, Brooklyn. So to begin, I've taken 10 panoramic images or 360-degree images around Williamsburg and in Williamsburg to generate a virtual reality scrapbook that I have included sound, music, as well as facts and history about Williamsburg. I generated this scrapbook using the New York State K through 8 Social Studies framework, specifically the Grade 4 Social Studies practices. Under the domain Gathering and Interpreting Using Evidence, fourth graders should develop questions about New York State and its history, geography, economics, and government. Using Williamsburg as a focus, I wanted to start having students develop questions about a city in New York State, its history and its geography, and how that impacts the businesses that are in the local area. I now am going to simulate a silent walkthrough of what it may look like when someone transacts with my VR scrapbook. I'm going to keep the sound on so you can hear the music that is played. I'm going to allow a few seconds to pass while I click on each of the facts so they can be read through. Please feel free to pause to read at your own pace. And then we'll go into a critique of my VR scrapbook. I hope you enjoy. So now to conclude my video, I'm just going to give a brief critique regarding my VR scrapbook. I want to highlight the strengths and the areas of growth that my scrapbook currently showcases. For my areas of strength, I first want to highlight the application I used to make my VR scrapbook, which was RoundMe. I went over in my proof of concept video that RoundMe was created by a group of real estate agents looking to advertise their properties in a more creative and immersive way. And so I thought that using their application to give a virtual reality scrapbook or tour of Williamsburg would also emulate that same vision. RoundMe, once we get in here, it offered me the opportunity. So I'm just going to go into the editing version to show you. It offered me the opportunity to add royalty-free music into the experience. So that way I could give it also more of an authentic feel, along with all of the images that I took by myself. The music accompanied by the images I took almost replicate the vibe or feeling you get in each of these scenes within my scrapbook. So I thought it added just a more immersive touch. I also was able to add information boxes that I could edit in anywhere, and they could be seen as hotspots, and people transacting with my virtual scrapbook can click on them to learn historical facts that they might have not known otherwise. So I would say the 360 degrees images, the application I used, the sounds, and the text box features were all strengths that made my virtual reality scrapbook meet the New York State social studies framework that I was going for. Now to talk about the areas of growth within my virtual reality scrapbook, I noticed that some of my images, for example, in the Brooklyn Vintiques scene, some of the images are not as high of quality, and that might have been due to my shaky hand when I was taking these panoramic photos. This, I think, lessens the immersive experience that I was going for. And that's also evident here too in the photos of the mission. I took a panoramic, but I believe it wasn't as long as the rest of the images, so it offered more of a cone-like feel, like at the top here, which isn't as authentic as I wanted it to be. Talking about more of an inclusivity, I did feel like RoundMe didn't offer that many options when it came to the information text box. As great as they were, there is no manipulation of text size. I can't bold, change the font. I even tried putting them in a Google Doc, all of my facts, and then putting them in a bigger font. Or just tried to make it a little bit more inclusive for students or users who just have a bit of trouble seeing, but that did not transfer over to RoundMe. There's also no text-to-speech option. There is an option for me to record myself through an audio file and place it within RoundMe, but it would not be able to be opened at the same time as my facts. So someone would have to click my fact and then also click a my audio file. And then sometimes I just don't think it would link up the way that I'd want it to. It wouldn't be as synchronous or as easy as a flow. So there's that. There's also no option for users who have weak motor skills to access any of the facts or zoom in and scroll out, at least in the version that I have. But overall, this assignment has allowed me to tinker and experiment with a VR application that I would not have otherwise known of or used. And I am really proud of what it has come out to be thus far. I do plan to return to it and add to it, as it is a really fun way for me to share with my family members and friends my experience in Williamsburg. But yeah, I'm very excited to see your guys' prototypes as well. Thank you so much for watching.